Bienvenidos. For purpose of clarity, I'm re-recording a video from over a month ago. This video is going to cover from July 1st to July 7th, so 7 days. My YouTube account got deactivated, the one where I posted all the videos. So I have to make a new account, and all the videos that I don't have, I have to re-record. Luckily, it was only this section that I had to re-record. So, let's begin. So, July 1st, it was my first day back after the service project that we did, Trabajo de Invierno. It was a very disappointing day, to say the least. I almost fought a second teacher. First was that one teacher who didn't let me use my phone and tried to say that I was immersing myself in the experience. The second teacher, I really forget. I'm positive it was a science teacher, though. I don't know what the problem is with them and not letting me use their phone. I think it's because they knew I could understand them fairly well, as opposed to the other kid. So they were being harder on me, so to speak. And that's still really annoying. I'm the exchange student. If I'm not interested, let me fuck off. In peace. And I was thinking, if at least I have dinner to look forward to. See, in Chile, dinner was the main meal of the day. Breakfast was usually like a piece of bread, a piece of pie, and some drink. Lunch would be disappointing every day because it was through the school, and then dinner would be the good meal of the day. Sadly, dinner was not the meal of the day today. It was terrible. I forgot what it was, but it was just a bunch of disappointment. So it was like eggs. I hate eggs, but I didn't have the heart to tell my host I didn't like eggs. And that's that. But today was PE day, so we had sports after school. Sorry, I'm sick. So we played soccer. The teams were extremely uneven. I was on a team of 4 versus a team of 11 or 12. The thing was, we had 2 really good players and one good player but not really good, and the rest of them were just average to bad. And they won. The score was 15-13. I was on the good team because I volunteered to play goalie, and I'm a pretty decent goalie. I don't know that I'm good, but I know that I'm better than all the Chilean ones. So I did that. I did very well. They only scored the last few because I got tired because I was there for more than 90 minutes, and it was getting to me mentally as well as physically. So I eat it out of there. And that's the Monday. The Tuesday. This day was extremely normal for me, and I would say almost nothing happened. The only interesting thing that happened was that this Swedish teacher, he's white and blonde, so a huge difference from all the brown or black haired Chileans. And he spoke perfect English pretty much, meaning he also spoke Spanish, and if he's from Sweden, he probably spoke Swedish too. What a trilingual lad. Anyway, he pulled me and Ben out the room, out of our respective classrooms. He's like, alright guys, you're going to get interrogated by little kids, and you're just going to answer their questions for them in English. I'm like, okay, English, no problem. Ben hates little kids. I love little kids in the non-pedophile type of way. So I was fine with it. He was fine with it too. So in the end, it all worked out. But I'll get to that in the next story, which is tomorrow. Actually, on this day too, I just kind of realized that kids would literally only show up sometimes 2 or 3 days of the week, and it was completely normal, and I really don't understand why that happens. People leave early all the time, and that was just beyond me, because what are they doing with their day? What are they doing if they leave early half the time, or more than half the time, 60%? But that's that. Boom, next day. This was the first day of questioning. There's 4 classes in the day, and I got questioned for 2 of those classes of the day, so that was about 3 hours of straight questioning. So that was started to get old real quick. There were 4 different groups. They split the kids into 2 different sections. And then they would ask me questions from there. And the questions are so fucking annoying. What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite book? What is your favorite computer game? What is your favorite food? What is your favorite fruit? What is your favorite vegetable? What is your favorite hobby? I don't know how to answer that question. It was a bunch of questions like those. So needless to say, it was pretty annoying. And since there are only a certain amount of English questions that a second grader has a capacity to ask, they switched over to Spanish to ask us stuff. And I didn't realize it until then, but Ben literally understands no fucking Spanish. He literally can't fucking reply to anything. Anyway, so I was doing the translating for him. Made me feel good because I was like, damn, I'm really learning. And so they asked us a bunch of questions in Spanish. The annoying thing was they kind of allowed them to just translate the English question to Spanish to get a Spanish answer, which was really fucking annoying. I was already getting tired of the English ones. Just saying it in Spanish won't make it any better. But sometimes it be like that, and to do. And then today got informed about a project that will be happening in our class for their Nation Week. I covered this already in the other videos. But we'll be going to the other San Ignatius to record a video that just talks about how the kids from another school are rich and entitled as opposed to ours. So that's that. Yeah, boom, next day. This was next day bringing us to July 4th, 4th of July. Like the second one of the 2 celebrated holidays in America other than Thanksgiving that aren't like religious or something like that. So everyone said happy 4th of July. So I guess the Chileans know what it is, but I'm like, I asked most of them who said happy 4th. I said, do you know what that day is in American history? And they're like, no. So they know that 4th of July exists, but they don't know what it is. To basically explain the importance of Independence Day to everyone. And yeah, that was kind of interesting in itself. After school, right at the end of school, I was sitting on a ledge 2 stories up, and I wasn't supposed to sit on the ledge because the ledge right down to the ground 2 stories down. And the principal saw me, so she yelled at me. She's like, "Bah," and said, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." And then Gaspar got yelled at too, so I kind of felt bad, but it was my fault for getting yelled at. It was 100% justified too. That's what I get for being a dumbass, I guess. And then today we went to go record. So like I said, the day before I got notified that we'd be going to record. Excuse me. Excuse my dying. So we went to the other school, which was a good ways away, which annoyed me because it was like, why the fuck are we going to the other school? I was like, this is dumb. You're dumb. And right after I got off one of the trains, what happened was I was walking pretty fast with the group of people I was going to record with, and this girl's matching my pace, and I'm walking really fast, right? So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Good job for you matching my pace, because I'm a 6'4" black guy, and you're maybe a 5'6" Chilean female. And she was matching my speed, and she was walking. She was putting swing in her step, to put it like that. She was dancing, I'd say, as she was following me. She was smiling at me, and I didn't know what to do as the exchange person, so I just smiled and waved, and then that was it. And Gaspar told me after how that's how relationships work in Chile. There's no dates and shit. It's just you dance with someone, and then you're basically married. So that was very interesting to hear. And yeah, and then so we recorded the video, we left. That was pretty much that. And yeet. Boom. Next day, July 5th. I think it's a Friday. there were 2 more groups of questioning, so another hour 30 minutes. But this time the questions were way better because the Swedish guy was actually in the room with us. On the Wednesday, there was a second grade teacher in there with us, but she spoke English, so they trusted us. They trusted her to make sure we weren't lost. And so the Swedish guy was in there with us. And I don't know how they managed to do it, but the Swedish guy wasn't doing anything, but they managed to not repeat a single question. And the other groups on Wednesday, they repeated every question so many times it became so fucking annoying. But they literally didn't repeat a single question somehow. I don't know how they managed to do it. Hey, if they started listening, good for them. Good for you using your listening ears, second graders. Anyway, the questioning was more tolerable because, well, it wasn't as annoying. And yeah, and then after that, for the Nation Week, their second grade is like doing a dance, and then the dance is the Michael Jackson Thriller. So the teacher made me and Ben dance Thriller basically, and I've done it once on Michael Jackson Experience, and way back in like literally like first or second grade, so literally a decade ago, at a birthday party. I still remember it. And so did that. That was kind of weird. And then they did some exercise, like some stress-free exercise. And I ended up giving a massage to Ben. He massaged me back. He's terrible at doing it, by the way. I wish he was a little better. It would be better for my health and for my neck/shoulders. Anyway, then they gave us gifts. They gave us like this really good popcorn and chocolate. It was pretty good. It almost seemed worth after the gifts that they gave us. And then today we stay after school for a little while for orchestra. But I literally don't understand how their fucking orchestra works. Because like, for example, they use like, you know, the voices do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. They use that in terms of chords where do is C, which is fucking stupid as shit. Why can't you just use the letters, you dumb hoes? So instead of saying, in terms of C, the minor 6 would be A minor, but it's not A minor, it's La minor, which is fucking stupid. La menor, mátate, weón. So I didn't play much because I was confused. They kept switching between the music and shit like that. wasn't too easy for me. So after that, the family group goes to this high quality motel, I'll call it. It's like a beachfront type of shit. And there we were just there for a couple days, and we played 8-ball pool, like the real one, not mini clip, not sponsored, not the mini clip app where you pay money for, but you know, pool. And I won, of course, because I'm so good. But c'est la vie. And then the next day we were still at the beach area, so this brings us to July 6th. We went to like the actual beach that lays on the Pacific Ocean, and it was some high photo potential. Took some photos, of course, mostly because Chilean parents were like, photo time. That's what we did. Wanted to kill myself. Talked about Americano, because like, think about it, the demonym for someone from the United States is American, and in any Spanish-speaking country it's estadounidense. But there's no word for to Chileans, and I would think by extension the rest of Latin America. They all call themselves Americano, which is literally just American translated. So I got asked why the United States people refer to themselves as Americans. We're all Americanos, somos Americanos, todos son Americanos. Fuck you. No, United States son Americanos, ustedes son Chilenos. And you know, you can't win them all. So we had a discussion about that, and so I basically said, in order to bring the conversation to a close, because we couldn't come across it, I basically said to Gaspar and his friend Augustine, I said, "Ustedes son americanos, pero ustedes no son American." So you're Americano, but you're not American. So that's a really weird distinction that you have to make. That was probably the weirdest one I'll ever make. Um, got some churros while we were on the beach. There were some pretty good churros. I remember I could taste them. I'm sick right now, so I can't. So we played some more pool and ping pong. I won pool, of course, because I'm so good. Um, Ping pong, I'm not good at. I always knew I wasn't good at it, but then I got schooled by like Augustine's like 12-year-old sister. So hurts right here. And after that, we were just there. We were barbecuing. So I made a bunch of meat and shit. We watched Argentina versus Chile, the third place game for Copa America, and it was fucking hilarious because the Chilean at one part, Messi, the Argentine captain, and the Chilean captain both got red carded. It was hilarious. I recommend you search up Messi red card Copa America. It was fucking hilarious. Anyway, that was a good barbecue. Someone broke a glass, of course, because you can't just not break a glass. That was kind of funny. It was my host mod too. Rip in peace. Yeah, and I bought some socks. They were supposed to be for me, but they didn't fit, so I gave them to my mom and called, and I told her that they were a gift. They really just didn't fit me. But I don't have the balls to actually tell her that. So then the next day, this day was kind of annoying, to be honest. We go home. I would think we just go from the place we were at home. So it's about an hour, maybe a little more, probably an hour 30. So I'm like, okay, we're going home. And wrong. First we stop at this other beach area, still on the beach front, but we just stopped there to just admire the waves for a little while. And the little girl Beatriz almost got soaked by water. It was almost a glorious event because literally the tide just shot up randomly. Like I'd say it probably moved up about 12 feet in one wave motion. That was pretty insane. That was dumb. I'm like, okay, cool. We're finally going home now, right? Wrong. Next, the family split ways, but our family goes to empanada stand. I'm like, cool, we get lunch, but it was disappointing because we only got one empanada, and I'm not the smallest person, I don't think. So I felt a little undernourished, one might say. And I was like, damn, but okay. And I was like, okay, we got lunch, we're going home now, right? Wrong. Next, we go to one of the Pablo Neruda's 4 houses, and we sit on the beach and eat. At this point, I was starting to get a headache, so I was like, let's go fucking home. I didn't say that because I didn't feel like being the Debbie Downer. So we ate the one empanada on the beach. That took a while because the little girl eats slow. And then it was like a hippie camp part of there. We were in the Pablo Neruda house, like vegans and shit like that. Most of them spoke English because hippies and shit. That was kind of weird. Ran into my first hipsters of Chile that day. So after that, began a long trek back to our car. It was about a half-mile hike both ways. And the first way was down, but the second way was up. So that was kind of a pain in the ass. And you know, now we've stopped 3 times. Now we're for sure going home, right? Wrong. Because then we go to a supermarket and get some bread. And after the supermarket, I'm like, finally, we're going home, right? Wrong. Because then we go to a different fruit stand because the supermarket doesn't have fruit for some reason because they're so smart. And we get the fruit. So that's 6 stops now, I believe. And now we're going home, right? Wrong. Because then we go to the grandparents' house and eat there for a little while and talk for a little while before we finally go back to our house. So I'm expecting to go back home around 1 o'clock, arrive there around 2:30, so to speak. Not so to speak, but más o menos. I ended up arriving about 8:30, a little later than I wanted to. But, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So that's the last 7 days, all in this, and that's right over 20 minutes. Yeah, I have no idea why this video deleted, but that's kind of annoying. Bye.